I'm just going to be real with all of you. I just wanted to play more GigaBash. Greetings and felicitations, assorted children of the internet. I am the Logician, and, yeah, I basically just summed it up. We're playing more GigaBash, because I just really wanted to. And I hear that in a few days, they'll be coming out with a bit more free DLC, where you can play a mechanized character who is normally just an obstacle in one of the levels. I'm not being paid to say any of this, mind you. I just really like this game because it reminds me a lot of the Pipeworks Atari Godzilla fighting games, and I miss those. I miss them a lot, despite some of the failings of the lesser entries, and I want to see more of these types of games, and so I want the people making these games to get more support. In fact, I dare say that the last time I played this game, it was probably some of the most fun I have had with a solo stream in a very, very, very long time. So I've decided to just be self-indulgent and play it, because I feel like I don't do that enough. Alright, so, with that in mind, well, even just to give you an example of some of the favorite animal. Well, first of all, I need to try and keep track of what universe I'm in. Is that the proper spelling from this timeline? Okay, no, animal. I tease, Gaelic. But just to give you an idea of some of the characters you can actually play in this game, they have a roster of largely original monsters. If you know anything about tokusatsu, kaiju movies in general, you'll recognize a good number of sources of inspiration that went into this roster. I mean, say less. All very unique, interesting designs, some just plain fun. And to answer your question, Gaelic, I wouldn't say I have a particular singular favorite animal, but I do tend to have an affinity towards snakes, turtles, tortoises, and corvids, if that helps. But yes, in addition to the original monsters here, we have from the Toho line, we have Gigan, personally my favorite, from the Rogues Gallery of Godzilla monsters. Godzilla himself, specifically the Heisei era, and oh yeah, you have different skins for these guys as well. We have Kiryu, also known as Mechagodzilla 3. We have Destroya, King Ghidorah, and Hedorah. And from the line of Tsuburaya Productions characters, we have the original Ultraman. Unfortunately, no, Shin Godzilla is not in this lineup. That would honestly be a dream come true, but unfortunately no, we mainly have the Heisei era Godzilla in here. I know, I wish we could have him too. But so we have classic Ultraman, we have Alien Baltan, and you may notice that Ultraman is an obvious source of inspiration behind Gigaman up here. Then Alien Baltan is the source of inspiration behind our friend Pipi Juras over here. Then we have Ultraman Tiga, who was the first Ultraman I ever watched as a child. It was specifically the English dub of the Ultraman Tiga show. And one of the villains from Ultraman Tiga is Kamiara. I believe I'm mispronunciating that, so I apologize. And then, of course, we have the tie-in of this Ultraman and Emmy from Ultraman Rising, the Netflix animation. I mean, I wish Ultra 7 were in here, Alex. Also, hello! Thank you for dropping by. I mean, if I had my way, I would have either Ultraman Geed or Ultraman Blazar in here. Like, not to, you know, put down Ultraman Rising. Ultraman Rising is a fantastic movie in its own right, and I think it's a great entry point for anyone who's unfamiliar with the Ultraman series. But honestly, if I had to choose another Ultra to throw in there, it would probably be Blazar, who is probably my favorite Ultra to date, apart from Ultraman Zero. But then again, you know, saying Ultraman Zero is your favorite Ultraman is like saying Charizard is your favorite Pokemon. interpret that as you may. Ultraman Taro is a good classic. Absolutely he is. I mean, pretty much, you can't go wrong with any of the original 7 Ultra Brothers, honestly. Emmy is cute. Emmy is, in fact, adorable. But, yeah. What we're going to be doing to get things started is actually going through one of the storyline playthroughs. Because I just thought it's neat the way they execute the story. It feels a lot with the writing and the presentation of this. I feel like this is what the Pipeworks games, the Pipeworks Godzilla fighting games rather, were trying to achieve with the style they were experimenting with. This feels like it's sort of fully fleshed out the way they handle the story in the campaign of this game. And you'll see what I mean in a little bit. But the comic segments and the little bits of story, quote-unquote, that you get in between levels, it reads to me like the Dark Horse Godzilla comics from the 80s and 90s. And a bit of the early aughts, now that I think about it. To anyone who grew up with Godzilla like myself, you will probably understand. But yeah, previously we went through Gorogong, who I'm relatively certain was inspired by Red King from Ultraman. Then we had Pipijuras, who was, again, based on Alien Baltan. And we have Wooly here. Not to be confused with Castle Super Beast's Wooly. But I feel like Wooly here is probably a reference to Bigfoot Gyra and Bigfoot Sanda from Clash of the Gargantuas. So yeah, we're just gonna get right into it. And I do love how with this kaiju, you don't often see kaiju with the sort of cutesy My Neighbor Totoro aesthetic. And I think it is, I mean, with a video game you can get away with more, obviously. But I appreciate the fact that we have a design like this in the game, even if it's not necessarily my favorite. It definitely leans more into that, like, Japanese culture given a more Western title like an Abominable Snowman. So yeah, let's get right to it. And because we're just looking for a good time, let's go with casual. Because I am, in fact, a casual gamer, as the children say. And do let me know how the volume is sounding for all of you. Somewhere in Siberia, for centuries there lived a herd of furry giants called the Yetis. For all their lives, they stick together as a family and roam around the world. This herd has settled down here in the high mountains of Siberia. This one in particular is named Wooly. As long as he stays here, he can eat, sleep, and play all day without worry. Wait, where are you going? Now, where have you wandered to now? He's just a funny little guy. Oh dear, it looks like this creature is looking for trouble. This isn't part of the script, but let's observe Wooly having some fun. Alright, so. I will say another thing I really appreciate about this game is that the control schemes are very customizable. Like, the default control schemes, I admittedly had a bit of difficulty getting used to, but it is super easy to reformat, and it has been a lot easier for me to play ever since. I'm trying to remember, is this how you grab? Yes! Oh. And I also love, by the way, that with a lot of, like, these campaigns, they play into each other. Where, because like in the last campaign I played through, story-wise, I played as Pipijoras, and the last map I was in was one in Siberia. So it makes sense that Wooly's adventure here would start with fighting Pipijoras. Love this perspective for a fighting game. Yeah, no, I think you would absolutely love the Pipeworks Godzilla games then, Gaelic. Now that playtime is over, it is time for Wooly to return to sweet home, rather. His family should come to bring him home anytime now. I love this slice of life anime music. All he has to do is sit down and wait here. Your Honor, I love him. Yeah. Again, do let me know if like the volume is too low or if it's too high, because I also want to be... I want you guys to be able to hear the game, because there is a lot to appreciate about the soundtrack as well. The soundtrack pays so many homages to classic kaiju movies, and again, the Pipeworks games, and even like, you know, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers type soundtracks in places. You'll see a lot of references to Sentai shows, as well as Voltron, and a bunch of different things. But yeah, let us commence forth. But Wooly decides to go off on his own. Unaware, he is wandering further and further from home, sweet home. Until one day...
Why you pulling me? I'm right.
It's Skorak, the nightmare of something or other. Be careful of its cunning tricks, Wooly. I just realized I should probably be doing a David Attenborough voice for this. Yeah, no, that might be better. Hello, Fee! Thank you for dropping by. And yes, I will absolutely open out your, or open up, rather, the list of unpopular opinions. So let me go ahead and roll the die. Alright, we have an 11. So number 11 from the list of unpopular opinions is going to be... Any sandwich you can't pick up without getting your hands dirty is functionally useless. Like, this for me... this applies to those sandwiches where, like, you have a cheeseburger but you just pour molten queso on top of it. Or, like, sandwiches that are, like, completely dipped in, like, a broth or a sauce or something so that it's already soggy by the time it gets to your plate. I fucking despise that. Like, I get trendy foods, I get wanting to, like, have, like, a lot of a very specific flavor applied to things like that. I mean, no, here's the thing, with Sloppy Joes, I'm fine with Sloppy Joes because the buns are at least, you know, relatively dry. Like, they're the one source where you can grip onto it, and then the rest of the Joe, as it were, just falls onto the plate. I have no problem with that. But, like, any sandwich that you can't eat, essentially, without a fork and knife, get that shit away from me. Like, the bread is something meant to be held. That's the whole point we have sandwiches in the first place, is because sandwiches were designed for convenience. I'm gonna beat up the snail now. Do I... No, of course not. I pick up a Sloppy Joe. I don't know a single person who eats a Sloppy Joe with cutlery. here. I love the fucking design of this thing. I feel like the shell is very much inspired by Iris from Gamera 3. How actually dare you? Okay. Snail's fucking pissed. Monte Cristo. Yeah, no, like it's the thing is like I understand the appeal of the Monte Cristo. It's just like it seems way too fucking greasy to me. Like I feel like when I'm eating a sandwich, I want to keep my hands dry, you know? Because again, that is the point of the bread in any sandwich. It's to save you some mess. He gave my hands messy while eating. No, exactly. Me too. I am very much the same way. Alright, come on. Hooray! Skorak has been defeated. It's now safe for Wooly to turn back and return home. Oh. I see, the matcha flavor. But look, the locals emerged to celebrate his victory. Yet Wooly himself is just happy to see everyone so merry. It seems like the two subspecies are communicating. Perhaps they know of a way to get him home. And so he sets out on his next adventure. Why do you not use cutlery with a sloppy Joe? Because I only use enough of the meat contents to to make it so that I'm not gonna get my hands dirty. Like, for enough for, like, I don't know, a burger patty's worth of the sloppy Joe. Otherwise, it's just chili that I would have in a bowl. Like, again, having anything in a sandwich implies that you want to keep it between the slices of bread. That doesn't feel like enough? Well, I mean, then have a bowl. Have it with, like, cheese and a spoon. Well, it's the combination thereof, Fee. Like, all that sloppiness and all that messiness, like, you only add so much between the buns with a sloppy Joe. Otherwise, it wouldn't really be a sandwich. Also, as a heads up, there's going to be a, I believe, 3-minute ad break in about 50 seconds. The sloppiness is the point. Hello, Koshe! Thank you for joining us. So yes, we're getting into the subject of, like, just the feasibility of sandwiches you can't pick up. I am not the type who enjoys fork and knife sandwiches. Like, it seems impractical to me. Sandwiches are meant to be picked up. If you can't pick it up without getting your hands dirty, then it doesn't work as a sandwich. Like, it's all well and good to have, like, a sloppy Joe and have it be sloppy, but that's why you have a plate to go with it, so that whatever falls out of the sandwich, you can proceed to eat with a fork or a spoon. Or better yet, like... Stop being a pussy. Jesus. Ah, my word. Listen, I have said my piece. I will not be insulted in my own home. Ah, my word. Your piece is wrong, and that's okay. You know what? To each their own. I feel like, especially with a lot of food opinions... Why do you live with... Listen. We have our own customs, and we tolerate each other just fine. That's supposed to be in all caps? Yeah. Somehow I felt the capitalization from here. It's more scathing than lowercase, you're not wrong. Alright. Yeah, so we'll just... For those of you stuck in ad jail, you know, I'll wait a bit before continuing with the actual game. But, yeah, no, like, it always pisses me off whenever I see, like, food trends with just, like, a mountain of queso being dumped on top of a perfectly good cheeseburger. A cheeseburger that's all well and good, and it's already delicious, but then you fucking make it impossible to pick up with all that molten cheese. Now, don't get me wrong, if you want to serve that cheese on the side, that's all well and good. Just dip that sandwich in there at your leisure. But don't make it so that I can't actually fulfill the purpose of a sandwich by picking it up. And it's the same with, like, certain tortas, where, like, they will dip the whole torta in a consomme of some sort, or otherwise get the bread all soggy, so that then you have to, like, grab this already soggy bread that's falling apart, and it's just, like, it just kind of disintegrates in your hand, and that's not a sandwich anymore, for all intents and purposes. It's just a wet mess. And I'm not saying it can't be a tasty wet mess, but it no longer counts as a sandwich at that point. And I want a sandwich when I want a sandwich. Also hate when people make milkshakes and load the glass up with syrup. Oh god, yeah. Thank you. Fucking thank you. Like, thank you for speaking my mind as well, Cochet. Like, when you make something impractical to eat, like, it pisses me off to no end. Because, again, I'm not saying that food cannot be an art. Like, food can absolutely be an art as well as a science, and you should feel free to have fun with food and how you present it, but when you make it difficult to eat by its own construction, that's what fucking pisses me off. Like, I'm not gonna guilt other people for enjoying it. If they get a kick out of that, hey, that is their business, and it is more for them to eat and more for them to enjoy. I will not be indulging myself. That's all I am saying. Sloppy Joes, at least that's the point of them, but milkshakes, I wanted to get the milkshake and I can't because you yes, abso-fucking-lutely, exactly. Ah, my word. Alright, 3, 2, 1, and hopefully now people should be coming out of ad jail. Alright, welcome back to all of you. I do apologize for the ads. I'm trying to make streaming a more feasible option money-wise, so every now and then I do have to play some roles. I mean, this way I also don't have to deal with the pre-roll ads on my stream, so anyone can join in at any given time. You really want me to redeem the voice to listen? You do you, Cochet. Well, I mean, you do understand what needs to happen now. Alright. One at a time, one at a time. So, just to get things started. If you're craving a sandwich, I suppose that I could provide you something to sink Appetit. Yeah, you've all done this to yourself. Is it a bad time to walk in? Hello, Aesthet. Oh, my fucking word. Alright, so time to break out the dice again. Gonna go with another unpopular opinion before anything else happens. That's gonna be a 2. So, number 2 from the list of unpopular opinions. Oh, gee, fucking one at a time, friends. One at a time. So, number 2 from the list of unpopular opinions. You have no one to blame but yourself for buying a low-rated product if it doesn't work as well as you'd hoped. Like, at that point, you're just the personification of the shocked Pikachu meme. Alright, so, now because someone asked for a random question, I see you, Fee. We got an 11. And from the list of random questions, is it still too soon to make 9/11 jokes? Like, we're getting free passes on Pearl Harbor, the Titanic, and Hindenburg, so what are the parameters here? I'm just gonna let that sink in this game where I'm destroying buildings. You would, Kosha. You absolutely would.
Meanwhile, on an island far away, a battle rages on between the military and Gorgon. And just when things can't get any worse, more trouble arrives.
I feel like they should have made the green ones kappas. Like, have a cap instead of a horn. I don't think he's happy to see us. Yeah, I'm going with the David Attenborough voice. Moving forward. For this campaign, at least. Yeah. So yeah, as a reminder, Gorgon was the first story campaign that you could play through in this game. Yeah, no, he's a tough SOB. Yeah, I might end up having to use a life here. There we go.
Oh no, now you've really made him angry. You've thrown away his lead.
Not happy to see him either. Alright, there we go. Oh boy. Yeah, I forgot he had a special attack. Come on. There we go, big boy. See, funnily enough, the music here reminds me of, like, the choose your character voice from, like, the original Smash Bros. On the N64. The bum, 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 bum. Come on. There we go.
Now that Gorogong is defeated, maybe it's safe.
This is the motherfucker.
Uh-oh. Looks like he's caught the military's attention. Be careful, Wooly.
So, Mechajurus here, this is a character who is normally just a boss that you can fight in the game, and is normally exclusive to a single map when you just play the regular arcade mode. This is going to become a playable character in the upcoming DLC on the 29th, if I am not mistaken. I forgot you could do that with Wooly. I love how like the belly bump with Wooly reminds me a lot of like Friar Tuck from Disney's Robin Hood. Get out of my church! Mega Jaundice.
Now that Gorogong and the military have been defeated, both of them.
Oh my. Horrible place for a cup holder, really. Oh, hey!
It's time for the locals to celebrate this newfound peace. Oh no! What's going on now? They've exposed him to the gamer subs.
Yeah, this is the map where they normally have Mechajurus.
Where are we? It seems like something suspicious is going on here. These peculiar creatures usually found in the jungles of Tarabak. It sure is unusual to see them so far away from their home.
Are we getting the Biolante monster? There she is.
It's Rohana! Perhaps she's here to help him escape?
Babies.
Oh no. Oh no, not again.
Yeah, no, I should have realized with the number of monster fuckers in chat. This was an inevitability. To be fair, she do be kind of looking like Rosemon from Digimon. So I can't rightly blame you. It's literally just a woman-shaped thing. Listen. Apparently my definition of monsters differs from a lot of people. I mean, apparently... never mind. I'm not going to get into it. I got in a long-winded discussion with some D&D friends the other day about, like, what does and doesn't constitute being a monster, at least according to, like, early D&D monster manual stuff. And suffice it to say, I am in the minority when it comes to my particular opinions. I'm gonna drop it.
That was a fierce fight, but Wooly is still holding his own.
Make my monster grow!
Well, that's not good. Desert subspecies? Are they here to rescue Wooly? Aha! That looks like an escape route. Oh, what will you do, Wooly?
Oh, God. Oh, my word. So, Looks like we have an escort mission on our hands. Alright, come on. Come on, buddies. Hey, checkpoint. Oh, okay, no, that was that simple. Okay, good.
Thanks to Wooly, everyone escaped and returned home safely. Yet Wooly only feels empty inside.
I love the one with the beard.
The elder sees his sad eyes. Perhaps he knows what's wrong. Ah, yes. It seems Wooly has been far away from his family for too long. Well, it's been a fun adventure so far. But it's about time for our hero to return to where he belongs.
Congrats, Will, your family is dead. Moida! Oh shit. Alright. I guess that was the end of the campaign? It feels somewhat anticlimactic, but then again, wasn't really expecting much depth to Wooly's story. Okay, yeah, no, here we go. Yeah, this feels a little more apt a conclusion.
And so he sets out again on another adventure. Crossing vast distances, but no longer distracted by his surroundings. Soon, he arrives at a familiar sight. This must truly be the place he calls home.
Ah, yes, this is part of the Pipeworks campaign with the big hole in the ground, I think. Alright, maybe it does? Yeah, this is the thing that popped out from that one.
But now trouble emerges from within his home. Wait, where did everyone go? Looks like you're in this alone. It's time to stand and fight for your home.
Yeah, this was the final boss of the Pipeworks campaign. So, and this even makes sense considering it's kind of in a similar location. And I do love how, like, the audio for this bit does sound somewhat similar to, like, certain, like, Saban's Power Rangers fights. Alright. I mean, is this piss easy? Yes, it's because I put it on easy mode. But is it still fun? Abso-fucking-lutely. And again, it's a big part of why I'm playing this is to highlight this game for other people who want to play it. Because it's fun as hell. I grew up with... These were out when I was a teenager. But they were games I very much enjoyed when I was younger. And I want more people to be aware of this game because it is very, very good.
It's not over yet. Keep fighting, Wooly.
Ah, yeah, that might not work with him being as overgrown as he is at this point. Hell yeah.
Phew! Fighting this battle alone is tough. But look, inspired by his courage, his family decides to join. Even with his friends from his adventure have come to his side. You've got this, Woody. Lead them to victory!
Oh, hell yeah, special attack. And I do love how the final bosses of each campaign help you to, like, get a feel for some of the bigger mechanics of this game, whether it's like the final finisher moves or the ability to grow giant like this guy.
With all their powers united, they successfully repelled a terrifying monster, sending it back into the abyss from whence it came.
Hello, AV. Thank you for joining us.
That long-lost Wooly is back to where he belongs. Moreover, his colorful friends have decided to stay here in the fluffy snow. Hopefully, he's learned that there is truly no better place than home, sweet home.
I love Wooly. Thought it was a fighting party game with people. Well, I mean, it can be. I believe this can support up to 4 players. This is just like the story mode for this, Cloudy. Yeah, there's an arcade mode, a party mode, the story mode as I'm showing here. It is very much, as Alex has also mentioned, a good successor to Godzilla Unleashed, Save the Earth, and Destroy All Monsters Melee. And they've been doing a phenomenal job. And again, they have a bit of free DLC coming out on the 29th, where you can play as a robotic version of one of the normal playable characters.
Mission complete!
Alright, so I believe from here, this is where we get the opportunity to play as the Voltron analog. Because, like, the majority of, like, playable characters in this game, well, at least the base set of playable characters you can play as, they're all very much inspired by tokusatsu and mecha anime and kaiju movies. And obviously, at the time, they couldn't really get the rights to use licensed monsters and the like. But then they managed to get permission from the likes of Toho and Tsuburaya. I don't think they were able to get permission from Saban, so they essentially made up their own version of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and made their own sort of great value version of the Megazord and Goldon, or Goldar, rather. Jesus, fight Goldon. But yeah. So we're going through bit by bit. Yeah, no, the Power Rangers analog was introduced later. Oh yeah, no, so Saban has a storied history of being difficult to work with. And just to keep things running smoothly, I'm going to go with casual again. Yes, I know, filthy casual that I am, but I'm largely doing this to highlight this game and how fun it is.
Sir, everything is complete. We should begin field testing immediately. It's late now. Let's arrange for that tomorrow. We've already run all the tests without failure. Just remove your authentication system and I will finish it by tonight. This again? You know I won't allow it. We'll have to wait until we figure out who we can trust with this world. What's taking him so long?
Breaking news! Kimura District is suddenly under attack.
Here?
Oh no. The military is on its way. On their way. Remain calm and evacuate to the nearest... Dad! Oh my god, the fucking Ava.
Yuki, what are you doing here?
Come on, we gotta leave. There's a Titan nearby.
No, you go. I'll take care of it. Yuki. Wait, what are you doing?
He's getting in the robot, Shinji. Verified user authenticated. Full system access granted. Welcome aboard, Otomo Yuki. You know who I am? Affirmative. Verified users include all direct descendants of Dr. Otomo Kazuo. Warning. Hostile Titan detected. Beginning launch sequence. Wait! I like how this version just has, like, chrome plating, like, implying it's still under development and hasn't been painted yet. Oh yeah, so this absolutely feels much bulkier to play with, and again, that does make sense. With fighting games, you're gonna have different feels for different character types. Like I imagine with most of the mecha characters that you can play as, they're gonna be a bit slower to respond to button commands. But again, the trade-off is getting in those much heavier hits. I don't pretend to be a fighting game expert by any stretch of the imagination, but like from what I recall of playing games like the Pipeworks Godzilla games, Smash Bros, various games like that, this is definitely in my wheelhouse as far as like characters being easily adaptable to goes. Phew, we did it. Mission accomplished. We make a great team, pilot.
Field test complete, sir. All systems operational. Well fought, old man. Retrieve Dr. Otoma. We have work to do.
Oh, Dr. Otoma has reverted to a child. Interesting side effect.
That's his child, you idiot!
Then again, the situation could be beneficial. Yeah, this was the voice I gave the guy the last time I played this. But yeah, no, I absolutely adore the aesthetic and format of this game. And again, I want to encourage more and more people to give it a try themselves. Even those who didn't necessarily grow up with the Pipeworks games, or might not even necessarily be immediate fans of kaiju movies or mecha shows or the like. I feel like this would be a good way to introduce people to the concept. Like, even if they just start out enjoying fighting games or party games. And then here, I slashed like this, and then...
Whoa, slow down. Aren't you going too fast there?
Relax, Dad. Thundertross and I are unstoppable.
Well, yes, no doubt you two make a great team.
Why don't we give everyone a suit? We'll stop the Titans once and for all.
True, but what if it falls into the wrong hands? That's why I designed it, so that only our family can operate it. And since I'm stuck in this wheelchair, well, I guess I'll leave it to you, huh?
Don't worry, Dad. I'll take good care of Thundertross.
Well then, care to explain how you scratched up its new coat of paint?
About that.
I apologize for interrupting. Ah, Dr. Rayner. I trust you've kept the company running smoothly.
Yes, everything is under control. It's time we begin our next mission. want to hang out with Dad a little more.
It's okay, Yuki. I can wait for you.
Then I'll be right back, Dad.
Keep firing!
Damn it.
Where's our backup?
I mean, I fully expect there to be some sort of clone or evil twin shenanigery at some point. And yeah, this fight did in fact happen in the Gorogong campaign when I first played it. So again, I do appreciate that there is a certain degree of consistency with a lot of these encounters. I need to get used to that move. There we go. Yeah, a little sluggish. I mean, the good news is that there's also a fairly good amount of defense with this character archetype. There we go. Hey, nice. There we go. Come on. There we go.
Hurry up and finish this.
Sheesh. Okay.
Need a hand, kid? Ha ha!
Ah! You're Giga Man!
That's right. I'm back in action.
I remember you were thinner. Well, it's nice to finally meet you in person, but I'm kind of busy right now.
Gotcha, kid. Let's fight them together.
No, I mean... Fine. Just don't get in my way, old man. Kid, when Giga Man offers you his help, you accept the help. Just saying. I mean, listen, having watched as many Ultraman series as I have, it's all well and good to have the secondary hero character in the giant mech. But push comes to shove, they're never gonna be a match for the genuine article from the Nebula M87. M37, rather, if I remember correctly. And this even sounds a lot like the music from Superhero Samurai Cyber Squad, which I also really fucking appreciate. No, exactly, don't you fat shame him. There's more of him to grab onto.
We did it! Nice work, kid.
Look, it's Giga Man! He's back! No way, it's really him! Anyone got a camera?
Come join us, kid. Let's give these folks some hope.
Return to HQ immediately. We have work to do.
That boy ain't right.
I know I will not shut the fuck up about how much I enjoy this game, but more people need to realize it.
Sir, the teleporter module is stable and ready to go. Good. Now we just need the final piece of the puzzle. Pilot, we have arrived at our destination.
And with time to spare.
Hurry up and get to the artifact. Get the artifact into position.
Sheesh, he's real pushy today. Come on, Thundertross. Let's grab a stack before we go home.
Copy that, pilot. Destination set for Ice Cream House.
Eh?
What could possibly go wrong? Warning, new Titan signature detected.
Doc, what's going on? No, the clearly evil guy was evil? No, it's destroying the city! Just when I thought I could take a break.
Combat protocols initiated. Ready on you, pilot.
Okay, so I appreciate this as another mechanic, because, like... oh, God. So I really appreciate this as a challenge, because, like... A lot of my attacks here are, are very AoE based. Like, I take out a lot of what's in front of me with my... with the swings of my sword. And so, having the mission be then to make sure this guy doesn't damage the buildings and that I don't damage them in turn, it adds a new element of challenge to this campaign. Phew. Is it over? Guess not.
Having trouble, kid? Ha ha!
GigaMan, what are you doing here?
Hey, this is my city too, you know. Looks like it's brought some friends. Get ready, kid. Party's just getting started.
So did kaiju movies contain mobile suits? Well, I mean, again, given the number of tokusatsu series that ultimately inspired, like, the mecha genre in terms of it just existing, like, Power Rangers would not exist without the existence of, say, Godzilla and Ultraman. At least not as we know them today. Super Sentai in general has been around for, I want to say, since the 70s? Ultraman first appeared in the 60s. Alright, come on. Let me... Come on, let me fucking... There we go. Oh yeah, no, I mean, Gundam, I feel, was also very much inspired by tokusatsu. Like, these are all series that have roots in, like, the 1954 Gojira, without which this entire aesthetic would not exist. And get over here. I mean, yeah, both Super Sentai and Gundam owe their existence to tokusatsu. I would go so far as to say. I mean, granted, we still had things like Gigantor, like one of the older anime out there. But, like, as far as this whole aesthetic is concerned, Yeah, tokusatsu is pretty much the main reason it exists. That's right. Go back to where you came from.
We should team up more often.
Oh. Who are you? I knew it. Dr. Reiner? Dad!
Replicating the design wasn't hard. I memorized the blueprints the moment he showed me. But to think he would keep all this power just for himself.
How dare you? He trusted you!
There is no time for your moral debate. You'll come to understand one day.
Don't you run away!
Kid, wait up!
No!
Look out, kid!
Toxic Old Man Yelly. I know, it's your favorite. But yeah, no, these very much read like the classic Dark Horse Godzilla comics.
You're right, kid.
I failed. How could I let this happen? What do I do now?
It's not too late. We can still fix this. The Zyvus we fought just now, they came from a place called Hollow Earth.
So the portal must lead there? That's where we'll find my dad?
That's the spirit, kid. Come on! I know a way.
You cannot tell me that these people are not fans of the Monsterverse. Like, they call the kaijus Titans. There's literally a realm where some monsters come from called Hollow Earth. This is literally them paying homage to both the Western approaches and the Japanese approaches to tokusatsu and kaiju. No, this game and everything about it is absolutely a fucking love letter. When I learned who helped write this, I mean, lay it on me, Alex.
For hundreds of years, this island was home to many titans. They battled each other for territory and dominance. But only the strongest stands at the top as king. The humans of Terabak worshipped this king. Its presence kept them safe from other titans. Eventually, another titan rises to challenge.
Hey, old man, can you hurry up, please?
Oh, come on! I'm getting to the best part!
In case you've forgotten, my dad just got kidnapped, remember? Why are you looking for a shortcut in the middle of this jungle? This is ridiculous.
Cheer up, kid. We're almost there, I think.
Hey, old man, how much longer do we have to walk? Giga Man? Yuki, can you shut up when my husband is on screen? Which one, Koshei? Okay, this is fun. Now, I appreciate they did not need to have this in this segment. Stop fooling around, it's not funny. God, they're really leaning into, like, monster movie tropes here, and I fucking adore it. Ah, gosh. I mean, even this aesthetic here. I mean, there is the obvious references to King Kong. I mean, It plays into a lot of older, especially the schlockier kaiju movies. But, like, it is strong here, and I believe the monster we're going to see in a little bit will also kind of, like, bring to mind some other elements. He's a goofball and thick, and that's all I need. You know, that is valid as fuck, Gaucher. Because I imagine the other character who's about to make himself known here will also sort of fit the bill in that respect. At least if I know you at least half as well as I think I do. Here we go. There he is. Huh? Hey, kid. Giga, man! Where'd you go?
Whew. We've entered its territory. The shortcut should be close. Come on, kid. Let's kick it out of its house.
Yeah, Skorok. I really love the design of this guy. Oh god, the poison effect. I love you, Skronk.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
Like, this feels like, I mean, a lot of things. Like, it feels like this could also be a Digimon design. And I've already talked about, like, the potential Gamera 3 influence here. But, like, it just, aesthetically speaking, there's so much to enjoy about the overall look of this game. And, Alex, you've yet to tell me who was on the writing team for this. Weird flesh slug with skull. Yeah, no, the skull shell is one of my favorite elements. We did it!
Hold on. I don't think it's over yet. Uh-oh.
You feeling tired already, old man?
I'm just getting warmed up.
Well, I got sent into next week. Oh, yeah. I can... Oh, God. I gotta get the shell. Gotta get the shell. I love how I just accidentally got into the... Gotta catch 'em all! Gotta catch 'em all! Down here. There you are. Hell yeah. I gotta be quicker to the draw with that one. Oh, God. Okay, yeah. All right. There we go. Ah!
Kid!
Damn, he's dabbing on the haters. Huh? That's right, you better get out of here! Hey, you okay, Giga Man?
Not a scratch. Come on. Shortcut should be... right here.
A hole in the ground? That's your shortcut?
Caution. Abnormal Giga Energy spike detected. That's right. Pure Giga Energy straight from the source. Hollow Earth. It lies at the center of the Earth. This is the fastest way there. It's one heck of a drop. Can your suit handle it?
Just try not to hurt your knees on the landing, old man. Let's go, Thundertross! Yeah, no, you put respect on that name. Abso-fucking-lutely, Koshag.
Here we are, kid. Welcome to Hollow Earth.
Giga Man?
No. The Zivas exist to protect Hollow Earth. Many Titans have tried their luck to get past them. But none have ever come close to doing this.
Where are the other Titans trying to get anyway?
The source of all Giga Energy. The Giga Core. Back in the days, Dr. Otama and I...
Wait, you know my dad?
Maybe that's a story for another time. Let's go!
Hey, wait up!
Energy synchronization, 83%.
Well, if it isn't the young pilot and our experienced hero.
Hey, who are you calling aspired?
I didn't, I just missed it. It's over, Dr. Reiner. Step out of the suit and surrender. There can be no victory when you stand against me. On the contrary, you should join me. With both our suits combined, we can absorb all the Giga Energy from the Giga Core. That will starve every Titan out of existence. We'll put an end to mankind's war against Titans once and for all.
And risk destabilizing the core? Might even blow up the world!
Sure, we'll suffer a few losses. But that is the price of creating a peaceful world. Isn't that what the two of you are fighting for? You're crazy! Then I'll just take your suit by force. Really? One of the IDW writers was on this, huh? I mean, I guess I shouldn't be surprised. I mean, that would explain the comic feel for it. I mean, that genuinely makes me happy to hear that, Alex. Thank you for sharing that tidbit. Oh, I love that. I love the little, like, the distortion of gravity with some of these pieces. Oof. Not bad, child. I'll say it one last time, Doc. Step out of the suit and surrender. It's over. Brave words, child.
Energy synchronization complete. Ready for overdrive.
My powers. Giga Man? What's going on?
He's draining the Giga Core. My powers are tied to it too.
So this is what Giga Energy can do. Yet, this is only half of what I could have. Imagine if your suit was in my hands. I guess it's time for me to find out.
Danger. Target's power level overwhelming.
Yeah, get ready. Things are gonna get real rough. Oh boy. Yeah, no, this is gonna hurt. Where did I go? Okay. Alright, there we are. Nobody can fight if everybody's dead. Yeah, no, you're right. Ah, my word. Yeah, I feel like this might be one of those moments where I need to use up multiple lives.
Warning. Armor integrity critical. Immediate repair is required.
Okay. Come on, Thundertross. We can't give up yet.
This conflict is meaningless. Surrender your suit, and I'll let you walk free. You have 30 seconds to decide.
And let you have your way with Dad?
Hey, yo.
Not a chance.
Good choice, kid. Right now, he's too strong for either of us. There's gotta be a way. Ha! Kid! Open your reactor hatch! I think it's the one on your back.
Wait, how do you know?
Just trust me on this, kid.
Done.
Okay, here goes. Ah, screw it.
Okay, I love that. It's a little detail, but it's a lot of fun.
Overdrive system activated. Knock him dead, kid.
All right, Thundertross, one last shot. Let's do this! Oh, don't worry, we'll get you another husband next level, Crochet. I also do apologize if my voice acting is getting at all obnoxious for anyone. I do always like to fiddle around with like different voices in games like this. They're story driven, but might not necessarily have voice acting in it. My dumbass forgot which robot I was for a split second. He began to giga all out of the place. Is genre appropriate? Yeah, I mean, suppose it is. Alright, so we have about a minute until we have another ad break, and I think I can manage to get this finished up before then. See if I can get one more lightning. I want to see if I can't finish off with a lightning bolt here. Ah, well.
Impressive. Despite only using this residual energy, perhaps you should be the one to wield all this power.
Thundertross, let's go save Dad.
Confirmed. Optimal sword trajectory calculated.
All the anime.
You have great potential, child. But do you have the willpower to do what is necessary?
Just shut up and give me my dad!
I got you, kid! Hell yeah! Falling with style!
Phew. It's finally over. Time to get Dad out of here. Or there. Dad? You in there? Dad!
Yuki, what's going on?
Come on, Dad. Let's get out of here. Alright, I think that's a good place to pause for now. While some other people are trapped in ad jail. Ah, my word. But yeah, God, no, let me even... Yeah, just reading through the chat a little bit, make sure I'm all caught up. Ah, my word. Yeah, no, this game's a lot of fun. And again, I know I'm not really highlighting, like, the difficulty necessarily, rather. My word. But again, I'm largely playing on casual to highlight what I enjoy about this game, and not so much how difficult it is. Because I feel like difficulty can absolutely be a sort of barrier to a lot of people who might not be into the MLG scene, as it were, or competitive gaming. And sometimes you just want a game that's fun. Sometimes you just want something to play in your free time, even if it's a game that's traditionally seen as competitive. For example, how a lot more people are seeing Pokemon these days. But, yeah, no, I'm enjoying the hell out of this game, and I want more people to enjoy the hell out of this game. So if you are at all curious, it is on Steam. Unfortunately, it's one of those things where, yes, if you want all the current characters available, you will have to purchase them in separate DLCs, which is just one of those things I am not a fan of. But then again, I'm an old fogey who dislikes DLC, period, kind of as a concept. Like, unless it's, like, completely free and just comes with an update or a patch or something. I don't generally lean towards, like, especially with fighting games where the only way you can get additional characters is by making a purchase. That rubs me the wrong way in so many different ways. But I make an exception with this game just because of how good it is and just how many things it does right, how many sources of inspiration it draws from and kind of elevates them. Ah, my word. How the hell are we already at an hour and a half? Ah, my word. I will also say that I do apologize for those of you who have been trapped in ad jail periodically. Again, I'm trying to make streaming a more regular thing and a more viable option for additional income. So if you do want to circumvent the ads, I do encourage you to subscribe. It definitely helps me out a lot. Good God, I can't speak. Alright, hopefully all of you are currently back from ad jail. Let's go ahead and continue with the rest of the cutscene, all maybe 30 seconds of what may be left.
I can't believe Reiner was the one responsible for this mess. He's always been the brightest, but also the most impatient.
Glad we won't see him anymore.
Come on, Yuki. We have to be better than that. The people look up to you as their hero now. If only she's here to see how much you've grown.
I just wish I had more memories of her.
I'm sure she would have been proud of you. With Reiner gone, I guess I'll be busy running the office. I trust you'll figure out your hero business on your own.
Yeah, but what if I feel lost or make another mistake?
Ha ha! Ready to go, kid? Oh, I wouldn't worry too much about that. Be safe out there, Yuki.
You too, Dad. And try not to get kidnapped again.
I'll keep an eye out.
All right. Thundertross? God, that was fun.
Mission complete.
Oh, shit. Okay. I guess those were the 4 basic ones in order to get the credits? Wait, women exist in this world? Yeah, I know, right? I mean, after he already said he was gonna have his way with our dad, I assume the same, Alex. Ah, my word. So think Dan are... I mean, I would not be surprised, Koshe. Are you good, GigaBash? Oh, okay. Oh. Were those the only story missions? Huh. I thought they would have one for each of them. Ah, well. I suppose it makes sense they'd want to limit that and focus more on, like, I don't know, like, arcade-style stuff. I was kind of hoping they would have, like, a story mode for each default character. Oh, well. I mean, all the same, I still very much enjoy this game. Now, let's see. But yeah, even just to sort of highlight some of the more party-oriented aspects of this game. We have the general arcade mode. We have Onslaught, where it's sort of like a gauntlet of essentially endless enemies, as far as I'm aware, until you just lose. And again, party modes. I think I'll go back into arcade mode because I have not played it on stream in a while. But yeah, no, this is clearly their version of the, you know, we have the Megazord at home, and Goldar, or Balzar here. Of course, I think I owe it to myself to try again with my boy, Gigan. Strange that now the Steam Deck has more co-op couch games than PS5. Yeah, funny that. Funny that indeed, Carl. Also, welcome. I apologize for not addressing you sooner. We love a robot chicken boy. Yes, we do. In this house, we love Gigan. It's starting off with the final boss of the first campaign, I see. Monsters, fight! Like, that's the only thing I feel is missing from this game. Just a Gigan versus this monster. Monsters, fight! But yeah, for those who might not be as well versed in the kaiju genre as I am, Gigan is a monster from the Godzilla series who first appeared in Godzilla vs. Gigan, wherein Godzilla and his friend Anguirus essentially take on a sentient alien race of cockroaches who are trying to take over the world, and they enlist the help of both Ghidorah, a 3-headed dragon monster, and this boy right here, Gigan. He would later show up in Godzilla vs. Megalon, as well as the later series, which was essentially Toho Studios' answer to Ultraman, which was Zone Fighter. And after Zone Fighter, Gigan would not show up again until 2004 in Godzilla Final Wars, with a very much revamped and very gimpy redesign. He's not been back since then, except in video game form, such as here, and well, I will say that's not entirely true, because Gigan also showed up in one of the annual Godzilla Fest live-action shorts that they've been filming in recent years. my my Smash Ball equivalent here. And yes, that is a buzzsaw implanted in his chest. It's a feature. Oh god, I forgot to get behind cover. See if I can't finish him off. There we go. Hell yeah, that's my boy. We got Gigan's hot mom in that anniversary movie. Yeah, no, absolutely. I think Toho also made a series of shorts featuring Gigan. Well, I say shorts, it was basically just Toho Studios playing with Godzilla figurines and airing that as a show for kids. And Gigan was featured on it. But, you know, I just adore how fucking bizarre Gigan is in general. Like, he doesn't really look like much of anything else than what he is. Godzilla Island was... That's right, it was called Godzilla Island! I think I also appreciate Gigan because, like, for a filthy fucking casual like myself, this move is just kind of busted. Like, you can basically just cut and run, no pun intended. Can I grab this? Yes, I can. Oh, this... Okay, so there's a special irony in that. But, yeah, in Godzilla vs. Megalon, Gigan shows up as a sort of, like, late-game assist to this bug creature called Megalon. And there's a scene where I believe Godzilla tries to shove a tree down either Megalon or Gigan's throat. It may have been Megalon, actually. But I just found that fucking hilarious. Given fucking Gigan wielding the tree there for a second. Like, oh, also a fun fact about Gigan's laser eye there. That was always meant to... I think it was meant to be in the original, like, the Showa era films, but it never got implemented as a move Gigan had, at least not until Godzilla Final Wars, where he had the laser eye. But then they retroactively sort of had Gigan... They gave Gigan that move in, like, the Pipeworks Godzilla games, as well as in some of the other earlier Godzilla games. There we go. Alright. You also have taunts, by the way, that are fun to explore for that little end screen. It's a classic Godzilla move. He's done to the King Kong and time. Yeah, no, he loves shoving things down other people's throats. Interpret that as you may. I see you, Koshé. Hey, look, it's the husband. I love the detail, by the way, with that shot of Giga Man there. Just the little cracks and wrinkles in the suit. Like, I don't think it's specifically latex or anything that the suit's made of, but the specific material that, like, Ultraman and Kaiju suits are made of, they do wrinkle like that, especially the older they get, and the fact that those are implemented into Gigaman's design, I feel, is very emblematic of how much the people who made this game genuinely love tokusatsu. Like, I want to see Gigan come back for more monster stuff, man. I would adore seeing, like, I know it would almost entirely be impossible to accomplish because of, like, copyright and shit, but if Gigan ever appeared for even just, like, one episode of an Ultraman series, that would be, like, a fucking dream come true for me. Because I love Ultraman. I love tokusatsu in general. Like, I got introduced to the genre by watching Godzilla vs. Megalon. It was like a VHS tape that I think originally belonged to my aunt, and I just sort of fell in love with the genre. And Gigan was in that movie, so I think that explains my taste for him. But then I would watch the likes of, you know, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, VR Troopers, Big Bad Beetleborgs, Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad, and then I would come to learn, oh, these are Americanized versions of shit that comes from Japan. And I think maybe one of my first clues was when I watched the English dub of Ultraman Tiga, and there were no, like, American actors in that. And I think after that point, I started gravitating more towards Ultraman. The zipper in the back being a key detail of... oh yeah, no, the little, like, spinal fin that's on every Ultra design. Like, which is their way of hiding the zipper. Which is the same for, like, a lot of Kaiju designs that still implement suitmation. Like, Anguirus is a good example of that as well. Anguirus, when he first showed up, like, and people were wondering... oh, and later on, people were wondering, well, why is there a little split in, like, the shell? It's because the shell on Anguirus' back splits open with the zipper, and I think in later versions of the Anguirus suit, they actually put the zipper beneath the shell. Like, they attach it later on to cover the zipper. Like, I always find, oh, this fucking guy! So I just love the gimmick of including this guy as a playable character, because it looks like there's no monster there, right? So who's Gigan gonna fight? Well, it's a living building. Which I just think is a fun fucking concept for a playable character in a kaiju fighting game. Like, and it even plays into that old, like, Japanese trope of, like, if an object sticks around for, like, 100 years, it'll develop a soul, and thus becomes a very specific type of Oni. And I think that's kind of the concept that this monster is built around. And it's really fucking hilarious to implement that in a fucking kaiju game. Like, that feels like it would be a concept for one of those, like, laughably, you know, cheeky and charming indie kaiju games. Or indie kaiju movies, even. Get out of here. It does look like he has a little bowler hat on top with the little water tower, yeah. And I do love how, like, oh, like, one of the various ways you can, oh, I love that too, just a little detail of, like, the way he grows is because there's, like, a bunch of, like, construction support beams around him, and the concrete, like, warps and cracks a little bit when he gets bigger. That's such a cool fucking detail, man. I love shit like that. I feel like, I feel like there was a missed opportunity here where, like, because I think when Godzilla gets bigger, he becomes, like, the burning Godzilla from Godzilla vs. Destroya. It would have been so fucking fantastic if, when Gigan grew giant, they turned him into fucking, like, the Final Wars design, where he's, like, all sleek and had spikes and stuff. Maybe even the chainsaw version. There's the pose I was hoping for. God, I love this game. I adore this game so fucking much, and I know I will not shut the fuck up about it, but I want more people to play it. And I love this little detail here, because, like, the yellow color they've given Gorgon here, I feel is very much them referencing the fact that he's based on Red King, who's a monster from the Ultraman series. But once again, because Japan can never make anything simple, the monster they call Red King is entirely yellow and looks like he's a monster made out of fucking corn. Gomar Red King. Yeah, no, absolutely. In fact, it kind of looks like Gomar, or like rather Red King X, or EX, or however they call it. And in fact, I will say, like, I think the show that kind of got me back into Ultraman, because I didn't watch it for the longest time outside of, I believe, the Ultraman Tiga dub. What got me back into it was when I found this series called Ultra Galaxy Fight, where it's basically the concept is, hey, what if Pokemon, but instead of capturing these tiny monsters and balls, you can use the scanner to capture kaiju and have a party of up to 3. And I was like, okay, you have kaiju and you have Pokemon. You're basically describing my dream series here. And then that got me back interested in, like, watching Ultraman again. And thus I got started with the likes of Mebius and other entries in the Heisei, or I guess not Heisei so much as Millennium era. I forget if Mebius was considered Heisei or Millennium Ultraman. I think it still falls into the Heisei era. Like, it may have been even the start of it. No, that would have been the Tiga, Dyna, and Gaia. That was the start of the Heisei era. Whereas, like, I feel like Mebius was more sort of nearing the end of things with that one. Because then we got Geed, and that was... No, Ginga. That's what it was. Ginga was the start of the New Generation Heroes line, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, I feel free to fact check me on this as well, Alex, because I know you and Turk will never let it slide if I fuck this up. And now we have the evil Thundertross here. There is a specifically nerdy part of me that wants to try and claim that the way they designed the statue here is supposed to be a reference to, like, the green toy soldiers that I feel like every fucking little boy had at one point in history. I say every little boy, quote unquote, but the sort of more in reference to the stereotypical, like, the little boys growing up in the 50s or 60s who had, like, Army Men toys or some shit like that. Oh, they can move it. I love that. Can you throw this? Oh! Bye-bye! Oh, that's fucking amazing. I have to go now. My planet needs me.
Gigan died on his way back to his home planet.
Which canonically, I believe he did in Zone Fighter. It's a dumb little thing, but I would love if someone could clip that little bit of Gigan just getting on his rocket ship and flying away. Alright, there we go. Oh, my lord. Yeah, no, I love the little custom animations for, like, the growth. Oh, God. Did he get it? I think he might have gotten it. Yeah, no, here it comes. New generation heroes started with Zero and Ginga. Yeah, it was Zero. You're right. Yeah, Ginga came after the Zero movie. Yeah, we're currently in the Reiwa era, which I believe Reiwa started with oh, what's the name of Taro's son? It was honestly one of my favorite entries in the Reiwa era. I mean, with it being the first Reiwa era show, where you had like 3 possible ultras the pro tag could transform into. I unfortunately can't search right now because just even clicking away from the game with my computer setup is a bit of a chore. But yeah, no, I feel like anyone who knows me will probably have little problem realizing why it is I enjoy this game. Especially if you've known me for a considerable amount of time. The fact that the map is fully destructible as well, I think is another fun aspect of gameplay. And it encourages you to destroy the map by, like, charging up your bar with every building you destroy, as well as damage that you build, or damage that you deal, rather. There we go. You know, I do wish that when he grew larger, they have transformed into Final Wars Gigan. That's the one, I guess, quote-unquote, critique I have of Gigan's implementation in this game. But otherwise, I fucking adore it. Taiga! That's what it was, thank you. Because, yeah, I feel like Ginga and Zero were the start of the New Generations line, but I feel like the Reiwa era proper started with Taiga. Because I believe that's when the Emperor of Japan actually mentioned this era will now be known as the Reiwa era. Or rather, not Emperor, fucking Prime Minister. My dumbass. Yeah, because I want to say that Taiga came out in around 2018, 2019. I do love how this monster just very much feels like a nod to, like, Obsidious from Godzilla Unleashed. Honestly, it feels like a combination of Obsidious and Crystal-Lac. Which, again, makes sense. You would want to have a nod to it, as well as sort of like a nod to how not particularly fond of Obsidious and Crystal-Lac the fandom was. Yeah, calling 2019 the year as the start of a big change, upon retrospect, not a decision that ended, or aged well, rather. Ah, my word. It was the worst of times, it was the worst of times. But yeah, no, like, Taiga was definitely one of my favorites of the Reiwa. I feel like, to date, my current favorite Reiwa era Ultra is Blazar, just because of how many fucking conventions that Ultra breaks, as far as the Ultraman formula is concerned. Ah, my word. God. You know, Wooly feels like an appropriate end to Gigan's line here. Earth Garen. Yeah, no, like, that does feel very much like Earth Garen. Oh, that's right. They gave you the instant, like, transformation for the end arcade boss. Yeah, I think, like, the only way it can, like, do much damage to him at this point is to build up my own meter. But, you know, I do love Earth Garen as a sort of, like, robotic companion to that Ultra. I mean, it's a reference, a clear reference to Mechagodzilla, so what's not to like, obviously. Yeah, I might need to use a life on this one. Ah, damn it. Yeah, no, I think this is probably going to be my loss here. Come on. Come on. Ah, damn it. Well, I can hurt him at least. Just need to avoid the avalanche, which I know is fucking coming. Ah, yeah, no, there you go. Alright, let's give that another shot. Forgot the fucking grab button. Of course I did. Jesus. Yeah, no, I'm probably going to lose this round too. I'm already down to half. Ah, my word. Ah. But yeah, like, even, like, outside of, like, difficulty and not necessarily being a specialist when it comes to fighting games, like, there's a lot to have fun with when it comes to this game. And I hope I'm, like, demonstrating that well enough, because I want this game to have more people playing it. Like, there's so much love put into it, and it deserves, like, so much recognition for what it's doing for, like, people, not just for, like, the fighting game community, but, like, people who just genuinely love monster movies and just fun games in general, man. Ah, damn it. There I go. Blazar was a good Ultra season. I wish it had a little more... It was a little more experimental. It's nice. Yeah, no, like, they definitely could have pushed the boundaries a little bit. But, like, even for what they did, like, without delving into spoiler territory, they mixed up the formula a fair bit. And I think it should be applauded for all the risks they took and just things they mixed up in terms of overall tone. Like, it starts off with a much more serious tone than a lot of, like, modern Ultra series do. Because, like, especially in contrast with Ultraman Arc, which, not to shit on it, it's a decent enough entry in the series. It's just not necessarily my cup of tea fully. Because it definitely delves back into, like, what I like to call as, like, kid-centric Ultra series. Where it's like, this is clearly made for kids. Which, you could say that about the entire fucking series at this point, obviously. But I felt like... Yeah, no, Arc was definitely more standard fare. I agree. Oh boy. Yeah, no, I'm probably losing this one. Ah, nope, there it is. Yeah, Gigan's done. There he goes. Ah, well. Ah, my word. Alright. Well, It's been a little over 2 hours. I will say that is probably a fairly good demonstration of what you can expect, at least on the single-player side of things, from this game. So, yeah. I genuinely appreciate all of you letting me indulge in a very... I mean, I can't really say it's a popular game, as it were, but it means a lot to me that this exists, and I want more people to praise it for that. So, again, if any of you found any of what you saw tonight at all entertaining, outside of my normal, particularly dry and blasé brand of bullshit, I highly encourage all of you to check the game out on Steam. It's reasonably priced for what it is, all things considered, and I don't think you necessarily need any of the additional fighters from like Godzilla or Ultraman to enjoy it. Especially if you are the type of friend who has a lot of friends who enjoy similar games. And it has a lot of good multiplayer options with that in mind. Again, I swear I am not sponsored. I just like this game. I can check your DMs, dear God. I can only hazard a guess to the horrors that await me, Koshe. But yes, tomorrow I will be continuing my escapades through... Wonder why you like the game? Hello, hermano! You came in a little late, unfortunately. I'm just ending for the evening. But, yeah. Please go check out GigaBash, support it. Oh, you've been here the whole time, you motherfucker! Well, you should have spoken up. In fact, with that in mind... Yes, please do. I mean, did I miss him? Well, I genuinely do apologize for that. It is very difficult for me to video game and person at the same time. I was distracted by Kaiju Husbandos. Yeah, that sounds about right for me. But I do digress. Please go check out my friend Gail Rice. He's a monkey VTuber. He's been mi hermano de otra madre for a good many years now. But yes, tomorrow I will be delving back into Halo Infinite with my friend Silverwings. Yes, absolutely, Koshe.
Monkey.
But until the next time, I hope the rest of you have a wonderful rest of your morning / evening / afternoon / time zones or bullshit. And until we see each other again, always remember to fucking think.